Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Leadership Workshop Seminar Series for Women's Empowerment for Climb Your Everest organization. So this is our April session. So we meet every Saturday of the beginning of the month. So this is the first Saturday in April that we are meeting together for this workshop. And we are preparing to come to Nepal very soon and conduct the workshops in Nepal. So I'm going to be going over some of the material that we're going to be discussed in Nepal when we come to the workshop. So you're prepared from now, and people who are not here, they can watch the recording hopefully later. And so, and if you have friends that you think you're going to be inviting them to join the workshop and come to the workshop, please share this video with them and share from your personal experience what you got out of today's session. So today's session is very interactive. So I'm going to ask questions from all of you and ask you what you got out of each one of the slides, so you can also share back with all of us. So the first thing we want to talk about is some of you already asked me how you can be part of the organization. As I've mentioned, when you go to sarasafari.com and finish all the 7 modules and finish the surveys in the bottom of the modules, and I get your name, then you contact me and say you finished all your modules and you're ready to get graduated, which I let you know about the next step. But first, we have to have a one-on-one meeting together. Okay, so please reach out to me. I would love to have you as a part of the organization. The topics that I'll encourage all of you to teach to other people around you could include something like confidence building, effective communication, leadership styles and skills, career advancement and goal setting, emotional intelligence, resilience and adaptability, time management. So that's something when we have a one-on-one interview together on Zoom and we talk, that's something we're going to be talking about. Like one of these topics is you're the most interested to be the mentor or the instructor for the sessions that you're leading in your community. Okay, so please, if you finished your 7 modules, email me at sarah@climbYourEverest.org. Okay. So we also talked about the community project, which our goal was to create a positive change and inspire others in your community. So of course, the first thing, incentives, there are going to be awards for the top 3 projects. So get a group of your friends, people around you, your family, and make it group, like a small group of people, and come up with a project, something that inspires you, something that moves you. And the projects could be about women's empowerment, about the environment, maybe like making your educational system better, taking care of animals around you, starting a business, making more money, a side hustle, or finances. You want to work on financial literacy, you want to be better with finances and budgeting. Okay, so your project could be any of that. So let's say you decide that you collect the trash in your neighborhood, and as a result of that, your neighborhood is cleaner, your friends or your family, you kind of do all little parts of it, and then you take pictures and you come share in front of others in the classroom. So everybody, and share with people what you learned, what is the difference you made in your community. Okay, and we also talked about SWOT analysis, SWOT, S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunity, and T for threats. So basically, the project that you picked, what are the strengths of your project? What are the weaknesses of your project? What are the opportunities, the next steps? And what are the risks, threats? Like, what are the things that you think maybe you should work on, or they might cause you trouble in the future in that specific project that you picked. So every week, every month, we invited a guest speaker to come talk about different topics. So one month we had one of my friends coming in. She's a psychologist for many years now, and she was here and she talked about self-love and the importance of self-love. Actually, she's very interested, Zahra, she's very interested to come to Nepal. So maybe you get to see her in person when she comes to Nepal next month and meet all of you in person. We also talked about effective communication, empathy and understanding, resolution and compromise, separating problem from the person when you're communicating, and continuous improvement in your communication skills. Because communication skills is something that we have to keep working on every day, and every day become better and better and better. We also talked about child psychology. My friend Ryan Neese, he's been in Nepal before. Some of you might have met him before in the previous workshops. He was there, and so he did this workshop, which I shared the videos with you, and it's on the Climb Your Everest channel, if any of YouTube channel, if you want to go back and watch it again. We also talked about how to write your personal statement, which some of you reached out to me and you said you successfully could write your personal statement and benefit from it. Unisha, she's not here. She messaged me and she said that she got into I think a university or a workplace that she wanted to go as a result of working on her personal statement. We also talked about imposter syndrome last month. And some of you haven't heard of imposter syndrome before. So we kind of explained imposter syndrome is like when you feel like you are not competent as others perceive you, or you fear that others will discover you are not capable or knowledgeable as they think. Or when you are successful, you say, oh, I was just lucky. I was lucky. That's why I was successful. It is not because I'm very skillful or I put a lot of efforts and a lot of energy and a lot of time, right? So you basically attribute your success to an external factor rather than seeing it as something that you have done, okay? So we also talked about that. So today we kind of want to go have an overview of some of the topics we're going to be talking in Nepal. So, but before I go there, I want to ask anybody if you have any questions that you want to bring up right now. Any questions about our previous topic before we start today's session? Okay, it seems like there's, is everybody there? Can you hear me?
Yes, hearing you. But there
Okay,
is no
good.
question from my side.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's been clear. Okay, so what we're going to be doing in Nepal in the workshop, we're going to talk about the importance of empowerment. What does empowerment even mean? Like, why do we care about empowerment, inspiration, teaching, working on ourselves, working on our self-confidence? Why this is even important to have a workshop and sit down together? And why do we have workshops over and over, session after session, day after day? Why do we have this many workshops? Okay. And why do I send you this many videos to watch to work on yourselves? Like, why this is important? Why do I read so many books to learn new things? Why do I spending so much time learning about myself and working on myself? The reason is it is like empowerment and is like a daily life. It is like when you want to work on yourself, when you want to become a better leader, when you want to learn new skills, you have to do it every day, little step by step, small steps until you achieve your goal. So we kind of want to talk about that and why this is important? Why do we want to take our life and our skills to the next level? So some of the topics we're going to be talking about in the area of empowerment, first one would be self-esteem and confidence building. Okay. I think this is something that all of us should work on constantly, every day. A lot of times we forget the importance of self-esteem and confidence building. So can somebody give me an example of what do I mean by that? Why is this is even important? Why do you even want to work on your self-esteem and confidence building? What does it mean? Like when I say, when you overcome fear and your failure and you take a small task and you accomplish it, or you, whenever you have challenges that look scary and you don't want to fail, but you still take a step and you go do it and you accomplish your goal. How does that benefit you in your daily life? Like some of you are teachers, you are educators, you stand in front of people, which public speaking is not an easy thing. A lot of people are scared of standing in front of people. They're scared of sharing what is their thoughts, how they feel, or even just talking about certain things in front of others. So we want to talk about I would like to hear from you guys, like all of you. Why do you think self-esteem and confidence building is important for you in your life? Don't be shy. Yes. Hi, Maya.
Hello, Sarah, ma'am.
How
Good
are you?
morning, everyone. Okay, I'm good. And
Good,
thank you
good.
for the opportunity again that I'm going to join this program.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you for such a long time. So tell me, I mean, you are one of the girls with a lot of confidence. I love your confidence. So tell me why this is important for you to learn confidence, to be able to overcome your fears, to be able to forgive yourself when you have a failure, to be able to have a positive talk, positive affirmations. Why working on self-confidence is important?
Firstly, I think it's my opinion. If you don't have that, self-esteem, that's self-confidence, then, we are supposed to lose lots of opportunity that most of the time when working in our working life, and some people are watching who are surround of us, they think that we are capable of it, and they used to offer the opportunity to work on their sectors. But sometimes we think that lots of negative thought about oneself, that I'm not confident, I'm not talented like those persons, and if I speak something about something, then if that is wrong, then what will happen, kind of things goes around on our mind. And if we have a right thought also, if that negativity does not help us to go ahead to deliver such positive information, and which makes that our community, that people, when people go to judge around about us, then they think that we are not much confident on it. And sometime that's why, first of all, if we want to do anything, then we have to start to think positive about oneself. This is my own experience. And sometimes whenever we go, if we join in lots of workshop, conference, and even if we have an opportunity to teach school also, and we can be in front of a student, that junior student, if we share our experience, if we teach them on a good way, if they are understanding that what we are going to deliver, then that is the one of the powerful tool to develop that self-confident. If we scare with in front of such a intellect people to deliver our information, then we have to stand in front of junior kids who do believe us, who really want to learn from us. And if we go with this education, if the transformation and delivering session, then that will be the powerful tool. If we go around 5 to 6 times in front of kids and sharing our knowledge, then they will believe us, then that habit automatically develop. So here also have some fear, people does not believe themselves. That's why we have to start learn from others at first, and have to that self positive belief that I also have to do something, kind of courage we have to build inside of it, then that will be helpful. Yeah, this is for
Yeah.
me.
Great. Thank you, Maya. That was that's great. Then that's very important. Thank you for your sharing. Is there anybody else who likes to talk about self-esteem, importance of self-esteem and confidence building?
Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
Sapana.
okay, as I'm doing the job of facilitating students in a school,
Uh-huh.
for me, self-esteem and confidence building is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, while in the teaching learning process, we need to teach many students from different communities. We have many students in a class, and sometimes there comes the problem related with parents too. If there is the lack of self-esteem or self-confidence to deliver anything I can't deliver to them, or while dealing with parents, if I can't uh, deal parents properly, or if I can't convince them, then it will be a problem for whole of us. So we have to be self-confident while convincing parents or dealing with parents, dealing each and every problem. In society too, we need to sometimes conduct some programs like awareness or uh, discussion program, or like that different orientation program. In that time also, if there is the lack of self-confidence, then it will be very difficult to contact with them to conduct any program. So it's very important for me. And if I have the self-confidence, if I have self-esteem, then my children will learn that confidence from me, confidence level. So me, so self-confidence is very important for me, and
Yeah.
I'm using it. I'm being self-confident day by day, but it's somehow a difficult task when knowing, when meeting the new people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at
It's
that
very
time also
difficult.
we need,
Exactly.
yes, and at that time also we need to be more practical, or we need to learn more things to deal with them. So to build self confidence also, we need to learn new things, also read more, like that. That's my experience, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Sapana. Okay, the next thing that we want to talk about, a lot of you working in groups, in teams with other people, with other teachers, right? Or even if you don't want, some of you are doing the community project at your workplace, at your family, in your neighborhood, even in the house with your brothers and sisters and kids and husband and other family members. You want to manage a team. Sometimes a team is at work, sometimes a team is at home, or maybe at your community, anywhere that you go in your community, any other organization that you participate. So what is some of the most important thing for a leader to manage a team, even if that team is the group of your students that you need to manage, is good listening and good communication. So we're going to talk about all those skills. And a lot of it is making good decisions, including others, even if they are kids, in a lot of decision making, so that they feel heard and they feel understood. Okay. So that's again a big part of it. And being able to transfer this that your knowledge to them by listening to them, by communicating to them, by teaching them, by being a good leader, teaching leadership to the kids, to your students by being a good leader, right? And taking responsibility whenever there's a situation that needs to be handled, and you as a leader of the team, you need to handle it, okay? Then another skill that we're going to be talking about in the workshop is empathy. Empathy and in leading and motivating a team. What does empathy mean? Understanding others, understanding their emotions, being able to put yourself in their shoes, in their place, to understand them, okay? And how to motivate them so they take a step, they do things that you want them to do. For those of you who are teachers, for your kids, for your students to do their homework, to participate in group projects, do the group activities, right? All of that. This is part of the topics that we're going to be talking about in Nepal, in the workshop, in our leadership workshop. The next one would be entrepreneurship and innovation. Innovation starts with identifying needs and thinking creatively. So some of you came to me and they told me, Sarah, we are thinking to start our own business. We want to do something new, something different, have a side little kind of business, make something, build something, sell something, maybe online, right? So you need to sit down and think about around you, what are the needs? What's missing? What is this thing that other people need and you know how to do it? Maybe you're very good in teaching people certain skills, right? That's another thing that I like. To those of you who finish this program, I love to hire you to be part of this organization, because I want you to be able to make some money, learn some skills, teach some of the skills to others. Now you're participating in these workshops, so you're learning new skills. I want you to transfer it to others so that other people also get these skills from you. And hopefully we're going to be inviting other speakers, other entrepreneurs, other innovators, other people in your community that are an inspiration, who have businesses, who have done things that you can learn from them. So if you know someone in your community who are very good at what they're doing, and you think there will be a very good speaker to come to the workshop in Nepal and be a part of this, please introduce them to me, okay? Message me and say, Sarah, I know this person, they're very good, let's invite them. Another thing, we're going to talk about the importance of resilience and adaptability in entrepreneurship. What does that mean? When you start a new project, you're going to fail, obviously, because if you're new in something, if you haven't done it for a long time, it's very hard to see all the aspects of it. So you're going to make mistakes, which is okay. That's how we learn. So one of the important topics in entrepreneurship is resilience and adaptability. Resilience means you stay strong in the face of all the failures. You fail, you get up and you do it again. You fail, you get up and you do it again. You fail and you get up and you do it again. You've seen the 2-year-olds, 1-year-old kids. When they fall, they don't say, okay, I'm not going to walk for the rest of my life. They get up and they walk again. And then they fall again. And they get up and they walk again, right? So resilience and adaptability. Some of us, we live in a bad environment. Maybe you live in a place where it rains all the time, right? So it's very hard to do certain things. So adaptability means you do the activity based on all the situation that you have, the environment that you live in. Whatever you have and whatever you don't have, you adjust yourself to all of that, okay? So that's the importance of resilience and adaptability in entrepreneurship. That's another topic that we're going to be talking about. Is anyone like to share about any of the topics that I talked so far? Is there anything anyone wants to say before I move on to the next slide? Okay, so I want you to interrupt me. If anybody wants to share anything or you have a question, please raise your hand and interrupt me because I talk, okay? And I want this to be interactive. I want you to participate. So if you don't want to say it right away, you can type it in the chat box, and I try to monitor the chat box very regularly so that if you have any questions or comments, I can answer your questions and comments. So I want to say hi to Aslesha, Pranisha, Unisha, Meena, all of you who are here, who joined us. Hi, hello, welcome. Srijana, welcome. Astika, so good to have you here. Okay, we've kind of been talking about different topics. Next month, I'm coming to Nepal. So we've been talking about different topics. So our next online meeting, the first the first Saturday in May is our last online for this module. And then you see me in Nepal. Okay, just be ready. So not this one, but the next one would be the last Saturday. And then you see me in Nepal. Okay, the next thing we are definitely going to be talking about is digital literacy and technology. It's this year, in this age, all of you should be very good to work with digital stuff, like from computers to phones, technology, different things you need to be good at. If you are not, please find someone and try to learn from them. This is the most essential, especially if you want to change your career and have a better career. You need to learn how to work with computers, with Microsoft Office, with Words, or how to do Excel sheet, Google sheet, all of that, right? These are all very important skills that I want to encourage all of you. If you haven't watched the videos, we have videos on how to, like basic videos on how to work with Google Sheet or Excel sheet. And you can also learn it on YouTube. There are so many videos. I want to encourage all of you to do that. Or for those of you who are very good online and you know exactly what you're doing, staying safe, it's important, okay? So to become digitally literate. So continuous learning is important because technology keeps evolving rapidly, and there are so many changes all the time, every day. So you need to keep at it, keep working on it, keep getting better and better and better, okay? Career planning and development. Okay, so sometimes we get a job and we stay with that job forever. I want to encourage everybody here. It's good. Get a job, stay with it, learn from it, challenge yourself. And then after a few years, change your job, go get a better job, harder, something that is more difficult, more challenging, so you can learn more and you can expand your skills, you can make more money, you can influence more people, okay? So setting clear, achievable goal is the first step in career planning. So if you want to sit down and plan your career, right? You need to sit down and write down all your goals. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? If it is not very clear for you, talk to someone. Talk to someone who has done this before, who know, or they have a career that you like, okay? A strong resume and interview skills helps you a lot to have more opportunities for finding a better job. Do you have a resume? Do you know how to make your resume better? We want to have a session to work on your resume. Are you good with interview skills? Again, we're going to have a session on interview skills, okay? So please, if these are something you need to work on, start working on and reach out to me and ask questions so we can work together. And networking. Networking means reaching out to others, connecting with others who have done these things before, online, on LinkedIn. Do you have a LinkedIn account? If you don't have a LinkedIn account, you need to open a LinkedIn account, okay? And find a mentor. Find someone that can help you. All right. I want to stop for a second and see if anybody has any questions or comments, or if anybody is doing their career planning and development and they want to share with us about their goals and their dreams, or if you are working on your resume and interview skills. Do we have anyone who want to share? Yes, no, maybe. Anyone? Maya? Go ahead, Maya.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask about that interview skill. When you're involved in personal, that professional life, then it's very hard to find that good mentorship, that how can we build our interview skills, and it is very, very important. So I think it's very, very important for us. So how can we build that our communication skills for interview? And actually, what that interviewer are looking from that interviewing during the interviewing time from the candidate, and that's really hard to find it. And sometimes they have lots of requirement in their application form. When we prepare going to be best on that, then if we present ourselves on that way also, it's very hard to be select in the program. This is my own experience. That's why I think it's very important to learn.
So that's a very good question. Next month, Saturday, first Saturday in May, we're gonna have a speaker who are gonna be talking about resume building and interview skills. That's the next workshop. So if this is something you're interested to learn, the next workshop is about that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
but then also I can email you something. So send me an email and remind me, say, Sarah, for interview skills, can you help me? And then I'll send you all the information I have on interview skills so you can start preparing yourself.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions? So we talked a lot about financial literacy and independence, right? If you sit down and write down all the money you receive, all the money you spend, right? All the money you make from your work and all the money you need to kind of, if you sit down and look at your life budget, a lot of times we never sit down and write down our budget. We just kind of, whatever money comes, we use it, and if it doesn't come. But I want to encourage everybody here to sit down and write down your budget. Write down how much money you make, how much money you spend, and try to see if there are other sources that you can use to create, like maybe that a saving account for yourself. Or maybe there are other resources that you can make a business out of it and do something about it to be more independent financially. So financial independence is very empowering. You feel very secure. You feel like, okay, if I can take care of myself financially fully, then I can take care of myself in so many levels. And investment concepts. So if you don't know much about investment, I want to encourage you to reach out to people, to banks, to know about investment and ask questions. And don't be shy. If you don't know about it, you need to learn about it. It's very important. So that's another topic that we're going to be talking about. Another topic that we're going to be talking about in Nepal is health and well-being. Okay, your physical health is the foundation to personal and professional achievement. If you're sick, right, how can you grow, right? How can you find better jobs? How you can achieve bigger goals? So your physical health is very important. Also, your mental health deserves the same amount, equal attention. A lot of times we care about our physics, But if you're sick, if you have cold, if you're coughing, it's so important. You stay at home and you rest. But mental health, we forget about it. Stress management techniques, we forget about it. Breathing techniques, we forget about it. We forget about anxiety and depression and people around us and the importance of taking care of our mental health. So another topic we're going to do, one would be physical health, one would be mental health, and work-life balance. Okay, how to balance your life so you have your personal life and also you're working and you're making money and you're educating yourself and you're learning and you have good relationships and you're working on your relationships and you're taking care of your body, both physically and mentally. Okay, so we were going to talk about that. Any questions from this slide? No? Are you guys there? Are you still there or I lost you?
Yeah, ma'am, we are.
We are.
So, ma'am,
You are there? Okay, any questions? Okay, the next thing is your legal rights and advocacy. Okay, so a lot of times we don't know about our legal rights. You have rights in your laws in Nepal, right? But we don't know about them. We forget about them, or we don't spend enough time and energy to go learn them. Okay, so I want you to educate yourself about that. So hopefully we're gonna have a session on this again. All these sessions, I want them to be very good and at the same time kind of rushing over a lot of them. So hopefully we'll have more time to spend on legal rights and advocacy. But legal knowledge about your rights as a woman in Nepal is crucial in both personal and professional life, right? At work, what are certain rights that you have, or in as a woman, like who's living in Nepal? Okay, so that's again something we would love to talk about. And if you want to make big changes in your community, you need to know about laws, right? Because anybody at any point can come to you like, oh, whatever you're doing is against laws. So you need to know about laws to be able to make a difference and make create change in your community. So this is the last slide, and then we want to talk about more about, because we talked a lot about communication skills. We had many workshops and many videos. We looked at different aspects of communication skills. Again, we're gonna have another session because I think it's very important to, this is like exercising, it's like eating food, it's going to the gym. You have to keep working on your communication skills, both verbal and non-verbal body language. Remember, we talked about posture, we talked about the stance, we talked about eye contact, we talked about facial expression, we talked about gestures, we talked about a lot of things in our previous workshop in Nepal. So for those of you who were there in person and they saw it, great. If not, you're gonna see it in the next workshop. We talked about the importance of active listening, right? As a leader, in your community, it is very important to be able to speak persuasively. Like, don't be shy. I've seen a lot of shyness where people, they never say what they really want. They never say what they really want. They just accept whatever is happening. It is a very good skill to be flexible and be okay with things, but it is also a very important skill to be able to say what you want, okay? So those are the things we have to keep working on. I know we had a lot of discussion on shyness and how sometimes you accept the things that your family members tell you. Your family tells you to do this and you'll just do it because you don't want to create any conflict in your family. But at the same time, it is very important to be able to share and express your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your needs and your wants. Okay? So again, that's part of effective communication, to be able to say what you want. Okay. So these are some of the topics we're going to talk about, and there's more. There's more than that we're going to talk about in the workshop when I come to Nepal. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody wants to share anything at this moment? No? All right. So let me stop the recording. Thank you everyone for participating today. I'm going to stop the recording so that we can all turn on our cameras and we can take a picture together. Is that a good idea? I love to be able to see your beautiful faces. So let me stop sharing here and stop the recording.